Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to this guide where I'm going to be going through 3 different methods of killing Saradomin solo, where you can get up to 60 kills an hour, and each of the 3 setups will have obviously gear and inventory setups as well as action bars for you to customize depending on what you have available to you. If you do enjoy it, be sure to comment, rate and subscribe as usual. So guys, right here, make sure you have annotations turned on and you can click on any of the guides that you want to see. The first is a Berserker guide, which is max kill speed, but also one of the most risky ways of killing solo Saradomin. The second is high DPS, which is standard using high gear with a couple of setups showing you how to do that. And the third is mid to low level. That is for people just starting out with the lower level gears like 70 or 80 defense with the barrows, armors or bandos or what have you. So yeah, make sure you turn annotations on and click on the part of the guide that you want to go to. So we're going to start off with the Berserker, which is the max kill speed. All of what you can see on screen is pretty self-explanatory. I've got the action bar at the bottom, and when you see me killing her with this gear, you will see why I have debilitate on the action bar. I also take a shield for in between kills just to heal up a bit, and my gear is mainly tailored toward max DPS, with the gloves and the boots being mage defense, the boots being mage and melee defense because they're mage boots, and the gloves mainly focusing on mage defense because while wearing full melee gear, her mage attack can absolutely wreck you, and wearing them too doesn't really affect your accuracy to a point where you shouldn't wear them, but it also helps a lot with the mage defense. And also the ring of vigor is very useful when using Berserk because it saves you 10% adrenaline, and the adrenaline potions in the bottom right come in handy with getting back up to thresholds after using a Berserk, which just helps you finish it off within like 30 seconds, which is absolutely awesome. Next up we have the high level DPS, which is all pretty much self-explanatory. 2-hour trip is just quite a bit of food. You don't need a lot of food in your inventory, maybe 4 or 5, because Saradomin can sometimes combo you, but they don't come that frequently. Most of your damage that you will be taking will be from mage, which is why I have the range gloves and the mage boots just for some extra mage defense, because the rest of the gear is tailored toward DPSing Saradomin. But alternatively, you can actually go ahead and use tank gear, and this works especially well if you want to go for a really long trip with a lower kill speed, or if you are a tank for a duo or a trio or a team of such sort. So I'll throw on screen right now the gear that you would wear while tanking. So as you can see, the only real difference is subbing out the Malevolent for the Tetsu, and this just means that the melee attacks do even less damage than they already do. They don't do a lot in Malevolent, but with Tetsu you can last just a bit longer. I'd say around trips are around 10% longer. Action bar and everything like that is exactly the same. The gear and inventory is exactly the same except for the Tetsu, and this is for people who want to stay longer as Liliana or are less confident, or people who are tanking for teams of 2 or 3 people. And finally we have the mid to low level gear. This gear is bandos using a chaotic spear. Obviously if you have something better than this, like if you don't have overloads and you need to bring supers or extremes, be sure to sub those in. If you don't have a pack yak, bring a war tortoise, and if you don't have a chaotic spear, you have better weapons, whatever you want, you can just mix and match as I stated right at the start of this guide. This is mainly DPS gear for trying to get the max kill speed obviously. It's also got decent defense. It's not amazing defense, but it is decent. If you max combat, then this gear will work alright for you. If you can't afford the higher level gears, this will work fine. You can stay for a while, but on screen right now I'll throw up an alternative, and here is the alternative. As you can see, using Guthans with everything else remaining the same. I have taken a chaotic spear in the inventory or any other weapon that you want to take as a main weapon, because the Guthans spear is only level 70, and yeah, it doesn't do a lot of DPS, but you mainly want to throw that on when you're getting low on life points, just to get some quick healing. It can also help a lot while killing the minions to get just a little bit of extra life points while killing them using full Guthans. This works very well in groups because it means that you can heal while also doing a bit of DPS, and it can also be used as a tank setup because of how Guthans has quite a good defenses, just like all the other barrows gear, but the healing capability just makes it absolutely amazing. So guys, once you've got your inventory sorted out, I'll show you quickly how to get there. It's really simple. All you need to do is break your God Wars tab, which you could buy for 2k off the GE, which puts you right outside the entrance. You gotta run a bit north. You will get attacked and probably get hit for the damage, which drains your stats by 1 level, but that's no problem. You've got super restores on you and they regenerate anyway, and because of your shard of Zaros, nothing should be attacking you. There's a couple of places you can kill Saradomin followers. You can run towards the east before you go down the ladder. There's loads of followers here, or you can climb down the rocky wall itself and kill them on the 2nd level, or you can go outside the boss room itself. I prefer to kill them in here because they're quite packed over here together. There's not a lot of Zamorak followers, so anything you hit will basically be a Saradomin follower, and there's enough of them to kill. You can just rotate around. I prefer to stick to the spiritual rangers because they are weak to melee, but you can alternatively kill the knights of Saradomin and the spiritual warriors. Stay away from the priests and the mages because they will absolutely wreck you as they are maging and you are wearing melee gear. So guys, as you can see, I am outside the Saradomin room. This world is free, so I don't need to buy an instance, although it would actually be quite good to buy an instance because of the fast spawn. But I'm going to show you one kill with the Berserk gear. The kill with the normal gear is exactly the same, except you don't use Berserk and it'll be a bit slower, but you might use a bit less food because you're not getting the 50% damage. I tend to use Revolution just because it helps with the basics, and they've updated it to make it a bit more efficient. So what you want to do is make sure you've got if you've got a Vampirism Scrimshaw, put it on, activate your aura and your Scrimshaw. Get your quick prayers on. Now for Berserk, when I'm first killing her until I get up to 100%, I like to use Pray Mage, and then I get back up to 50% after Berserk, and then I soul split when using the thresholds. But I'm just going to go through it right now. Let's protect Mage, get everything on, Turmoil, enter the boss room. Here we go. Now I like to save my adrenaline potions until after I've berserked, and I also like to get up to 100% but not berserk straight away. I use debilitate at 100% so that she does 50% less damage, and then that cancels out with the berserk, so I just be getting hit normal damage for as long as debilitate is working, which is why I love debilitate so much. So I'm almost at 100%. Right there I'm at 100%. Use debilitate and get back up to 100%, and then berserk, adrenaline pot, get back up to thresholds, and then just absolutely destroy her. Make sure you don't die, obviously. Eat up. Even if you're at 3k life points, I'd definitely recommend eating up, because with berserk on, she can absolutely tear you. Look at that, 7k, 3k. Oh, that was close. There we go. That was, I'd say, around a 20-second kill. So that's really all you have to do, and if you're not using the Berserk method, you're just using normal gear, you just do the same thing, except you don't use Berserk, you just use your thresholds. That's really it. And if you're in lower level gear, the mid to high level setup, I definitely recommend coming with a partner, because Zilyana can absolutely tear you, especially when you're soloing, and with those kind of stats and that kind of gear, it's going to be quite hard for you to sustain a trip. So if you're using the mid to low level gear, no matter what gear you're using, what role you have, I definitely recommend coming with a partner, and one of you being the designated tank or sharing the tank equally. Yeah, I got a shit drop, but that's all you have to do for Zilyana. You can get like 20-second kills, and with instances and a fast spawn, you could easily get 40 to 50 kills per hour. But that's going to be it for this guide, guys. If you did enjoy or found it informative, be sure to comment, rate and subscribe to my channel. Peace out.